There is some delay in video translation, maybe. It's very strange for me to speak by internet. Sorry, I'm nervous. I can see some faces I know. Am I connected? Not yet. Oh my god, I understood what's going on. There is a delay in video, 2 minutes. And I can see the call that I made already. Okay, let's go to my speech. Hello everybody, my name is Konstantin Dranch from translation.ru and in source. I think that most people in the room know me already. If somebody doesn't know me, could you raise your hands, please? I can see no hands, so it's fine. I want to introduce myself. Unfortunately, I couldn't be with you this time. I wanted to do it, but I couldn't. And now I start speaking about. I will start my review of Ukrainian translation market. Can you see the screen? Okay, what can I tell about Ukrainian market this year? I don't have a lot of data because more I was selecting data about England and France, and it's easier for me to compare. I have no, it's very deep because there is a kind of crisis in the industry, and the industry is growing. Take just one part, and slide number one about the dynamics in Ukraine. As you can see, in 2014, the profit of the country was dropped, and after that, there was some positive period in 2015. Now it's in decline again, but still it's very low in comparison with other trends. Inflation last year was 43%, so if you increased your prices less than 3%, you can sense that you decreased your prices. Or, for example, if you didn't have growth for 43% in national currency. I understand that these figures are very strange. Just to be in time with inflation rate, companies should grow with 43% increase. For Europe, 43%. You might be awarded on the national level if you do it, and you can participate in different ratings if you're able to do it. And this is the companies participating in the rating this year, a Ukrainian company. I think after this slide, maybe there is no need for me to speak anymore. Let's have a brief look. Those pointed in pink who works for NLB subcontracts. As you can see, they are in the upper part of table, white ones, all working on the local market. Unfortunately, many big companies didn't participate this year. Also, there was an aspect that should be in top 3, but it's not here, from local companies. Also, it's Swedish company that was divided per 2 companies, and they're dealing with medical translation and TP as well. Multilingual, who are dealing with interpretation, and BC, who are also dealing with medical translation. I have no data about H3, one of the biggest company on the local market, who worked with market documentation. And Tatiana Struk, maybe she will send her figures for this year later, I hope. If you want, you can send the figures and add this list, because it's not enough for rating. I would like to have at least 6 companies more to have top 20. And you know where to find me if you want to send me your data. It will be in the presentation at the end. What is behind the curtain? We can see that the profitability of the companies, at least many of them, dropped this year. Why did it happen? Because salaries increased this year, If we transfer it to USD and euros, a couple of years ago, employees got 350 euro per month. In good company with high profitability, it was up to 500. And now real salaries of PMs are 200 euros, but there are companies whose salary is fixed to euro and USD, and they have 500 still. We need to pay them more. And if it's not just in national currency, but also in other currencies, they are profitable, and it's not about in tax. Order flow is not sustainable. On some markets is better, on some markets is worse. Part of clients in Ukraine start growing to make their quality better, to adjust process costs money, editor costs money. If you're not lucky with price increase for clients, you should reduce your margin. And one more factor that could influence to the rentability of many companies working in the local market is that you can make apostille in Ukrainian regions. If before Kiev companies got more apostille due to the fact that people from region went to do it in Kiev and to translate them as well, it was their profit. But now the part of these orders went back to the regions, and it influenced to the scope of retail business in the capital. And as an example, the trend, as you know, companies focused on subcontract SLD work mainly with Russian, just because the volume of translation to Russian is more than to Ukrainian, and being in Ukrainian, you can translate effectively into Russian with a good quality. But many of them don't show good result. And text says, for example, that their profit is stable, but they say it for 2 years already. And Translator has some delays. Technalex increased in hryvnia equivalent, but dropped in foreign currency. Most part of the company profit is in foreign currency, and it says that it reduced. Promote also delayed. I also would like to say linguistic center and aspect. Maybe the situation is different. I've heard that Ifanov had a growth this year, but his company is not very big also, and it doesn't influence to the general picture. In Russia, there is a delay of economics, less interest to the translation into Russian, so there are less orders to the subcontractors. At least that's my vision. If you think it's not correct, please tell me about it now. In the internal market, the figures are surprising, and I'm a little skeptic about these growth figures because they seem to be too fantastic. As you can see here, maybe I don't understand something correct while filling the questionnaire. Companies increase their rate for 80%, inflation for 43%, and rates for 80%. In 2013, I measured on the internal market. The average price was 55%, 55 hryvnia. It is a slide from UTIC 2013. And one company shared with me more actual market price. I just sent the buyers to a few companies, and we got marketing text from English into Russian. The average price was 98 hryvnia. So as you can see, 8% growth from 55 to 98. Here I don't have a lot of data. The rates of the in translators increased for 60%. Before it was 25 hryvnia average, now it's close to 40 hryvnia. But good translator got 40 hryvnias 2 years ago, so maybe this rate growth is lower than 60%. And as usual, companies who are more greedy and who understand more in business couldn't gain on these 2%. These are the results. Inflation of 43%, rates of the interpreters 60% growth, and this segment is not sustainable. Somebody has big projects, they are loaded. Some of them are just trying to maintain their volumes and their profitability not to drop completely. Here there are some problems of translation bureaus that I was told during pooling, and I can't hear any sound from you. Is it such a dead silence that everybody is so much interested, or we have some technical problems? Can I hear somebody? It's just we're just sad, Kostya. That's why we keep silent. I can't hear you. Okay. Let's continue. There are still few good translators, and good translators can dictate their conditions and can increase their rates a little, but in some rational proportion. But at the same time, foreign translators who get paid in USD and euro are much more expensive for the customers on the local internal market just due to the fluctuations of currency exchange rate. It's very hard to find staffed managers and translators, but it's not the problem of Ukraine. There is the same problem in UK and France. I think all over the world it's hard to find good staff. There are a lot of people, but not enough those who can fulfill the indicators of the company. Two problems more connected to each other: competition and the prices on the Ukrainian market. We can see they increase, but still they're very, very low. On the next slide, you can compare the price for translation in the language pair English into Russian all over the world. USA is the end consumer. Here you can see everything in euro. It's about 25 cents per word. In France is 15 cents per word. In Russia, it's 3 times less, and customers from Russia pay. And Ukraine, it's close to 100 hryvnia per page. So if you can go to the customers from US, you can take from him 10, 15 times more as if you propose him the same service in Ukraine. Even the agency won't take order for less than 550 hryvnia per page if it is located in France. I think companies work in this segment should be exploited more aggressively and to develop sales, allowing them to find these clients. Of course, American clients don't need just English and Russian. They need a set of dozens of languages. And of course, the company who have project manager in Ukraine can have a set of 30, 40, in 50 languages. Mainly that's all about Ukrainian market. Now I will tell you a little about world trend to let you possibility to compare and to think what you can do what you can do this year to exploit the system. Because the rates are low, the expenses to the staff are high. On the local market, the rates are low, but if you get orders from abroad, you could get good profit on it. What I saw in my questionnaires in European companies and in European conferences, marketing translation is growing. Many companies are trying to use content marketing to produce some articles, online books, videos to attract clients. All this needs to be translated, and then you need to develop search optimization where this content is located. Plus, this search optimization should be in many languages. Here, there is a huge potential for business development. Multilingual search optimization almost can't be done. There are few competitors on this market. If you develop it from Ukraine, your prime cost would be outstanding. NLP technologies are connected more to machine translation. In Ukraine, machine translation is almost not developed. There are just one or two companies who are doing it. But potentially it's an interesting market. It is produced based on large-scale text and robots who can analyze the comments. For example, if he can read 10,000 comments and analyze which of them are positive and which of them are negative. And if I have a big network of the hotels, I'm interested to know every time when there is a negative comment on TripAdvisor, on Hotels World or Booking.com, what should I react? For that, I need NLP systems. Maybe somebody could develop this system. Big players of the markets in Europe, such as Moravia, and few more got venturing financing at the moment from funds. They have a lot of money. All this money are spent to buy technologies, and translation companies are growing their profit. There is a kind of race, and if you are reading Slacks, it is a new magazine about translations. Deals happen almost every week. In the nearest 5 years, they can make 5 times more profit to sell the company or to get profit for the investors. So they keep buying, but in Ukraine, there are no companies at all that could be bought because TransPerfect is focused on the translation bureaus with a profit cost $4 million. I don't know any company of Ukraine with this profit, but they could join to localization, but it's not actual anymore. Correspondingly, some translation companies could merge, especially if they have strong portfolio of the customers on the internal market, and to try to get bigger contracts. For instance, in Denmark, there is consortium of technological companies and companies from other fields, and they took 14 billion USD contract for European Patent Bureau just because consortium could provide full package of services, and they became a very competitive advantage. Maybe you can apply the same. Maybe you can merge with some European company or to create some kind of consortium with this company. One more trend I wanted to tell you is the type of translation companies to go one step further. Line now is providing services of multilingual marketing. If before we were translating brochures to many languages, for example, if you want to sell it in Russia, we translated into Russian, and everything was good. But now, imagine the budget is completely different, and it's not translation, it's marketing budget, and somebody is proposing, let us help you to develop in Russia. Let's make marketing company in 10 languages, and you can enter the most interesting markets at the same time. From marketing offer, it differs because it's more specific and it's interesting for many companies.
If you look the Moravia articles, you will see how they considered startups with the evaluation which grow for $1 billion, and they considered the number of languages they try and translate their websites. So in top websites like for example, English dating, but.com, they translated into 40 languages. So, and it was done in Russian. So, the newer ones they may use 10 languages, and you may come to this company and make an offer. Let's increase the number of languages up to 30, and this offer of the higher rank and it's much more value for the company because the translation company receives access to new markets and it enters new markets. The same is true to the technical guidelines. So if before the company were asked, let's translate it into Russian. So if they do the technical translation, they can structure the content and make up it for the unified technology to prepare it for the translation. So in the source content, the price depends, and especially if you use multi-language solutions. Ask yourself the question: if you want to grow this business into something serious, of course, I just site observer. Of course, you think a step ahead. Think what kind of services can you find in Ukraine to attract the clients from all over the world? Probably it can be multilingual language services. You can provide the client with proofreading on 40 languages, or it doesn't matter where your client is, and if you don't have the enough translators pool, not enough, you may integrate it so into an other pool. So if you have translation, if you do only translation only, you may expand the number of languages. For example, you may introduce, so I don't know what's the Russian, some Asian languages. So you may go over there, you may establish a team, and you will attract more clients, and you will have no more clients. What knowledge you can transfer into technology? So headhounds showed that you. So Hans talked about EBITDA, about the factor. So you use it so, and it's real for 2.5 up to 3 in Ukraine, and for technological companies this factor will be from 7 to 9 and to 10. And if you are able to provide the cloud solutions, for example, it's very good and profitable. So I feel that I just extend my time. Probably some of your clients bring the current volume, they help it, but you have no future. Just select the clients in order to get to a new level to have future. So try to be like water, not to hit upon the stone upon the wall with your head against the wall. If the local market cannot provide you with this opportunities, you can just flow under the stone, or you just crush this wall or hit this against this wall until you crash it. So you need to think about marketing and the wide meaning of this word, and you should understand what kind of needs, requirements, and markets you can be oriented at, and what kind of products you can provide to this market. So probably in Ukrainian market you will have a very good green company. So thank you very much for your attention. Konstantin, thank you very much. Can you switch on the screen that we can see you? So did you like it? Hello? So the questions. Konstantin, thank you very much. It was interesting as always. And what kind of forecasts, what's your opinion of the picture in 1 or 2 years? Will it enough be, will we have power enough? So what should we expect? Thank you very much. So this is not, so yesterday I read in Facebook Konstantin Yeseljani, so all the forecasts how to just soften this, so they are not interesting. But I've read lots of forecasts and predictions from their companies which failed questionnaire and rating. So they're talking about the consolidation. The larger companies will grow faster. So, and if we speak about very small companies which have only one client and drink whiskey every day, so the consolidation, but at the same time it will be not as the cell phone operators. We won't have three top companies. We have more distance between the leaders. So today I saw outside. I saw the marathon, the bike competition. So if you are ready, the company is Ironman. So if you are ready to cover all the distance, so you will be in the top. If you are not, then you need to have. So you will have a lifestyle business. So it seems to me that we haven't got connection. So. Konstantin, can you hear us? Yes, I think that for those who treat this question serious, so the business will be a kind of new one, including not only the translation and interpreting functions. They will expand their services all around the world. So for those who won't do this, they will grow, of course, but they never reach such heights as the companies which will consider all this. So, and the rates in the local market will be low, and we cannot expand that, cannot hope that tomorrow the clients will pay us 1,000 hryvnias in Ukraine. Yes, they can use us in their business, and so to make a large companies, really big companies, this market is not enough. I think that I answered. Any So, Konstantin, thank you very much. We are going to get we're going to drink and get drunk after you. So, it's a pity that you have no more questions. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I have an envy on attendees who are on location, and so if you haven't taken part in my rating, please send me the information. Thank you very much.